Dead Island is a first-person shooter with RPG elements, designed for the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the PC. Now, from what I've heard, is the PC version isn't as great because of some problems with Steam overall, but the game itself is alright. Now, people that are fans of the zombie apocalypse survival stuff would love this game. This game overall is pretty average. And that's coming from a zombie first-person shooter fan myself. I am starting to get tired of the zombie apocalypse themed shooters and games in general, but they always do offer something very innovative, and for what I can say about Dead Island is that it does offer innovative ideas, especially when it comes to a first-person survival game. However, it doesn't fully capture the essence of a survival game. Overall, the game is really good. It's just that there's just some problems, and as I dig deeper into this, I'll explain why. But let's start first with the good things. Okay, the good things. The story is alright. Story is on par with most of the zombie stories out there in video games, which isn't saying much because it's not like a in-depth concept as like Heavy Rain and games like that, but it's on par with the horror genre in general. While you have like references or you can see inspiration from 28 Days Later, Romero films, and just in general zombie movies, it also adds some good elements of action and some drama. However, this doesn't always work to its advantage. Dead Island, when I heard of Dead Island and I, saw that you would go around and kill things with like, poles and shit, I was expecting that it would be more of a tongue-in-cheek game as opposed to a serious tone. This game is fucking serious. There's not as much humor into it as I was expecting. A lot of the objectives are very, kind of Fallout-like, but even Fallout has its own kind of humor to it. This game doesn't seem to find itself in the genre pretty well, but while it still continues the cliches of the zombie movie and it's proud doing it, it kind of does it in a way that makes it seem like they're doing it in a mean business. They don't really look at it in a humorous light, which some of the zombie movies have a satirical tone to them. This game overall has a serious tone, and as I continued in the game, it just continued getting worse. You had a lot of like quest, the subquest in the game. There's some subquest games where you just you have a guy crying and he's talking about how he left his wife and kids and stuff, and the objective is to go kill them and put them out of their misery. And then it's just not like a zombie game where it's like, go get this lawnmower, run over them, and just laugh while you're doing it, because it's supposed to be that way. And the characters overall, the main characters, are worthwhile and on par with the genre. The other characters seem a little misplaced, and sometimes they'll try to add a humorous attitude to it, but it just doesn't work. It actually seems kind of creepy.
I'm Annie, and I'm looking for my teddy bear. I can't fall asleep without him, and I'm very tired, and those monsters keep knocking. Will you find my teddy bear?
Graphic-wise, this game is really, really beautiful. On the other hand, it's not. While the environments outside, especially with the sandy beaches and the nice paradise-looking attitude, is beautiful. You had nice skies, nice sunshine, nice forestry, and nice foliage in general, and it just looks, appealing to the eye. When you go inside buildings, that's where it gets really bad. The interiors are kind of bland, boring, and it's not anything different. It's no Rapture. Let's just be honest. While you're on this island, resort island type thing, they could throw at least maybe a casino or two in, add some variety like Dead Rising has. But it seems to stick with standard bungalows that look like, hotel rooms. I mean, just in general hotel rooms. But if you're on this resort in like New Guinea or whatever, it better be nice. But it just seems like, okay, the only thing in the room is a bed and a flat screen TV. And you can't interact with these things, which is kind of a letdown, because I was expecting you'd be, playing with these things in the environment, but you're not. You're pretty set on using certain items, and if you're not opening suitcases or opening doors, while some of the doors are mysteriously locked and it seems like a Call of Duty situation, some doors you can open and you can work with, but just in general, the environment just feels kind of hit and miss. If you're going to make half of the things that you can use in the environment, use it, then why can't you just let all the things be used? But I feel like that might have been rushed. Another thing is, while the map is very expansive and very big, it doesn't feel as big as maybe Liberty City or Vice City in general. Even Vice City feels a little bigger than this. And Cyrodiil, don't even get me started on Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil is a gargantuan size compared to this. And it doesn't feel like there's much of locations overall. It just feels like you drive to a bungalow area and drive to another bungalow area, and then you'll go in the city, but it just seems like a bunch of alleyways, and you can't even walk into stores and stuff like that. And that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting, full interaction with this place. This is a island, a resort town. This is something that, you want to add humor to, first off, which was missing, and you want to add interactivity. Like, even though I hate to say this, but Duke Nukem Forever had all this interactivity, and I was expecting that in this game as well, but sadly I was mistaken. Another thing is the textures. Textures, especially in the interiors, can really, really soak out. And by that, I mean, it's like when you go in, you load out, and you load into the area, the textures are still trying to appear. And like, if you're running away from zombies in the area, and you're in the interior, and you see these blots on the wall, and you don't know what's a door and stuff, it's really frustrating. Overall, pixels and everything aside, I mean, it is a graphically charming game. While the character models look a bit outdated, especially when it comes to their mouth movement. We've seen L.A. Noire, and we've seen Heavy Rain, and we've seen all these games that feature a cast with a movable mouth. It kind of looks like a Chuck E. Cheese robot trying to mouth what it wants to say. And that's not now anymore. I mean, even Dead Rising had a more official look to it, a more presentable look. And that's a Japanese game, and it's mouthed over, but it still looks like it works. While this game, I believe, is United States made, I believe that it doesn't look as pretty. Inventory overall is very, very derived from the Elder Scrolls and Fallout universe. It looks like they kind of took that and tried to replicate it as best as they could. And I like the weapon wheel. I like using as many weapons as you can hold, which, I mean, I think you can hold up to like 14 at a time, which is nice little function. I mean, I wish Duke Nukem did that earlier this year, but and it tries to stay away from that, Call of Duty style, Halo style, to loadout.